Hi everyone, welcome to my studio. My name is Diane and I am going to do my page for today in my little page a day journal that I am working on. This is the last page in this book, and then I will do a flip through of this one and start a new book tomorrow. So I'm going to turn you around and we'll get started on today's page. Okay, so we already have a little bit of a head start on today's page because when I was working on these two pages, well, these 3 pages last night, I had pulled out these bits of paper from the IKEA cart where I have just a bunch of stuff, and I had pulled these out and also a tea bag. So that is what we're going to use today. I'm going to do a transfer onto this, and since I decided to do an image transfer on here, I actually switched it to this tea bag instead because this one is a lot lighter and I think that my image will show up a lot better on this lighter one. So I swapped that out for this one, and while I was doing that, this fell out of that cart onto the floor, so I guess I will try to use that on this page. So this is just like a handle from a bag, so just from a gift bag type thing. So I will save this one and use it for something else. I also like this one because it definitely has just a lot of the colors and shades from the tea on this one. So I'll probably save this to where you can see a lot more of that instead of covering it up with an image transfer. So I'm going to get this stuff out of the way, and what I like to do with these is I like to leave the tag on it. So I try to very gently just kind of pull the bottom part free from this one is a thread. Sometimes it's a thread, sometimes it's stapled. So that's still together up at the top, and then you can just open this up. You have to be careful or you'll tear it open along the seam here. So I'm gonna open this up. I'm gonna go over to my trash can and shake out the tea that's inside. Okay, and you know, there's a little bit in there, and that's okay. I don't care. So let's see. I already got my drawer out that has all my images in it of people. So this is my people drawer. I need to go through this because I haven't looked through this in a really long time, and I am quite sure that there are things in here that I know that I won't use, but I just have all sorts of stuff in here. The people that I've been using in my journal, in my collage journal lately, were ones that I had liked, and I just kind of set them to the side, and they just started gathering on this tray. And I keep this tray on my work area all the time, and I work out of it, and so I just really haven't been going through anything in here. I know that there are things in here that I would like to use, but I also know that there's a bunch in here that I know that I won't use, so I need to go through it. I'm not exactly sure what I want to put here. I need something small that will fit. Oh, I like her. I like her a lot, but I'm going to save that for my collage journal. I'll put that on my bucket. Speaking of the bucket, what's this? This is a catalog. And that, I don't know how well that would transfer. I was hoping to kind of find something just right up here at the top. I don't even know what's in these. I think there are pictures of men in one of these folders, and I think there might be, yeah, hands all in that one. So well, this might work. Well, it looks like this is part of the catalog. I'm just going to take this out, and maybe we'll find one in here. Actually, she's kind of cool right there, and that might go with what we got here. I don't know if I want something more color. And I was kind of thinking color, but the black and white image might look kind of cool. I'm not sure what this is. This might be nice because her shirt's blue. I don't know how much of that color will come through. And the tag's blue. I think I might do this one. And what I'm going to do is get this glued on here, and then I'm going to have to run and get my kids from school because it's almost time for me to go leave to pick up my little people. But I thought I would get this started and just go from there. Okay, so I'm going to grab my glue. Okay, and for my image transfers, I always use golden matte medium, and I get mine at Blick's because we have a Blick's in town. I think actually Michael's might have golden. They have a little bit. They might have this. There are other brands. Oh, it's been so long since I used this. I don't even know if I can open it. How awful is that? This is a reoccurring problem that I am experiencing since I went through such a huge dry spell there for a couple years. So much of my stuff has dried up. I know this hasn't because I can hear it in there, but there we go. Okay, but there are other brands of matte medium. I love golden products, so that is what I like to use. I'm gonna put down, it's just a piece of parchment paper so I don't get stuff all over my work area, which it really doesn't matter because it'll wipe off anyway since I have one of those mats on there. Get me a brush. And I'm just gonna put a nice thick layer on here. You can tell this is all goopy. I'm not exactly totally sure where I'm gonna lay this tea bag, so I don't even know how far down I want it to go. Okay. And I'm going to place down the side that does not have the seam on it. So I want the flat side. And I'm just going to lay this down on here. I can see her face through there, so and I don't mind if like the body part of this, if it's not on here perfectly, because that's okay. The only place that I want to make sure that I've got a good transfer is at her face. So the rest of this, if it's not on here super well, I don't mind, but I really want to make sure. There's a piece of tea right there. I really want to make sure that this part is on here good. You can see a few pieces of tea in there. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to rinse my brush out, and I'm just going to let this dry because I've got to go pick up my kids. So I'll be back, and you can use a heat gun to dry this, but since I need to go right now, it'll be perfect. And just let this dry fully, really well, on both sides, and then we will get this wet and hopefully have a good transfer of our image onto this tea bag. All right, I will be back. Okay, so it is later tonight now, and this is completely dry. So, and I've got just some clean water here, got a towel, and I am just going to tear off all of this extra because we don't need this on here. I moved my camera over to my other work area because I'm going to be doing a lot of rubbing Didn't want to be shaking you guys all over the place. So I'm just going to set this in the water. And you can see you can see how it's changing color there as the paper is soaking up the water. So we wanted that to get good and wet. And hopefully this is going to work. I've done this on a tea bag once before, and it worked really well. You just have to be a little bit more gentle because you don't want to tear the tea bag. I didn't even think about the line going through her face. Well, let's see. Could rub it on this and get it going. Get that paper. So I'm just rubbing on it. You can see the paper starting to come off. See that floating around in there? So I'm just pressing down on with my thumb and just rolling that paper off of the tea bag there. So let me show you better here. Try to get you in focus. So I'm just rubbing it off. Like that. Oh, that's gonna be all right. I was looking at the back side there. I was afraid that the seam from it was gonna cause some problems, but it's not. That came off really easy. Sometimes you have to work at it a little bit, but it feels like it's all off of there. After this dries, after it dries, you can see where there's more cloudy areas. Then you know that maybe you need to, if you don't like how that looks, you can get it wet again and rub on it until you get all that cloudy stuff off. But yeah, so there we go. It's kind of cool. All right, well, I left the tag on it. I'm not sure what I'm going to put on there. I usually try to put something on the little tag part. So, all right, I'm going to pause you. I'm going to get my glue gun. It's over on this other side, and I'm going to dry this and see how this looks dry. So I will be right back. All right, so this is pretty much dry, but you can see these areas here where it is cloudy. That's where, if you want to, you can get that wet and try to rub it a little bit more. I don't mind. I kind of like the way that it just adds to the whole thing. I might mess around with her face just a little bit. I don't want to rub it super hard because you can ruin it. So I might kind of leave it like that. The other thing that I did last time that I did this on a tea bag was I went ahead and put a layer of matte medium over this, and I think I might do that. So I'm going to dry this again since I just got it wet, and then we'll put some matte medium on it. Okay, I got it dry again. Whoops, sorry. And I'll get this out of the way. Get you zoomed in a little bit. Okay, so I got my golden matte medium again. If I can open it again, there we go. And I'm just gonna put a nice layer on here. I like putting this on here because it really helps make the image come out. So that it's not so hazy. It doesn't kind of have that little bit of haze on there that it did before. I don't know if I'm gonna want to cut her or not. For now, I just got that all over my hand. For now, I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. All right, dry this a little bit. Okay, so there it is. It's pretty cool. It's kind of transparent. I don't know if you can tell that you can actually see the light through it. If I had opened this up and used it flat and didn't have this seam here, I actually really like the back side of this, how it's really just kind of muted even more. But there we go. All right, let's put this page together really fast. And this is the last page of my little book here before we move on to the next book. Move you out just a little bit. Okay, that was kind of an aggressive move. Sorry about that. And this is what I have sitting out. What I thought I would use on here. I'm going to cut these words off the top. And then I've got this bit of this handle that I had picked up off my floor. And I'm just going to untwist this. I don't know how long I want it. So I think I am going to cut her. Or maybe I can wrinkle it up or something. I don't want it this long, but I like the edge, how that's really kind of rough and messed up. I don't know if wrinkling it up would look weird or not. Since it's her body, that probably wouldn't work. Okay. There. All right. I just thought this might be kind of fun to use since it had fallen. It was on the floor. It kind of like jumped out of off my cart. I was like, okay, I guess you want to be used. So, kind of neat. I like, and it does have little tears in it. So, I don't know if I can use all the, oh, look at that. That really changes her. Let's do this. Actually, kind of works along with her shirt. Wasn't thinking about this being see-through, because now I'm not sure if that will work. And I know for sure that the rocks won't work behind her because that will really, well, Okay, I'm wondering if maybe I should just have a change of plans with some of this. I've been fiddling with it for a few minutes and I'm not liking how that paper is working with that. So I need to figure something else out. So I'm gonna look in my little basket here and see if there's anything that'll work with this. See, even that already looks a whole lot better. These are pieces of calendar pages. I've just really been going for the more springtimey colors, it seems, here. I think winter is finally taking its toll on me. Tired of it being, it is so cold today. So cold. Let's see what we got going on here. I like these flowers, and there's a few of them, so let's... I know these were cut out of a magazine not long ago, because I remember just now doing it. So let's... Okay, I need my other scissors. All right, let's get these cut out real quick. See if we can get something going on with this. My original idea is not coming together, and that's okay. It's so quiet right now. It's after 10 o'clock at night, and everybody's in bed, so I wanted to get this done. Get this done for today. I started on it earlier. And then my son had martial arts tonight, so we went and did that. Okay, I'm already liking this a whole lot better. So let's see. Okay, then, you know, maybe we can put, I don't know if I have a small flower on there. I don't know. Let's see. this one here. I think this just might be it. I'm trying to be careful with these flowers that have the dark centers on it because I don't want to put that behind her head. Since you can see through it. Didn't cut that one out very good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead here because I know this one's going to go here because it's kind of the only place it can go since it's only a partial flower. Okay. Excuse me. I want this holy bottom showing. Because I like that, so I don't want to cover that up. I need to have 3 flowers because that's just the way that it works. I need to have 3. Be fine. Yeah, I might tuck that back behind that. Kind of like that. Gives it another bit of a layer since it's behind everything. This one over here. All right, let's see what this looks like on here. That's gonna work. All right. So I need to figure out what I'm gonna put on here. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to pause you for a minute while I kind of just look through some things real quick and see if I can find something to go on there. Okay, so I am back. Honestly, it has been several days since I did this. I cannot for the life of me remember where I left off with the video. So I don't have the faintest idea. So I'm just going to go from here. Let's see. Okay, I know I decided, oh, guess what? Look, more of those. I'm gonna put that here. Her. Just like that. This is getting difficult to work on since it's so bowed. So I think what I'm going to do is get this where I like it. You know, I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut this so I get the most use out of it. So I know that right here, there's the flower. I might just do this backwards. Well, yeah. There's my tape. I was working on a couple other projects earlier in a live stream with Lisa, My Eclectic Life. I have been popping in during her streams a couple of times now, and just when I get off work, and so I was able to do that today, and so I've kind of got some things sitting around, not in the places where I'm used to them being, because I was working on things for her stream. So we both are working in that Nomad book. Let's see. This book right here, which I had started doing some pages in this last year. I hadn't done any for a while, but I had seen that she was starting to work in this book, and so it sparked my interest to start working in mine again. And so let's see, I'll just show you really quick. So today I wasn't going to work in this. I was actually going to work in my little collage journal, but she was working on this page in her book, and I knew I had some images out for it. So I was looking around. These I had already placed in here, but I started looking through my stack of people, and I found her, and I think she's going to look really cool there, and it goes well with what the words say. So I did that today. The one that I actually did in my book during her stream was this page. So I just worked on that one. I had already had all the things tucked in here. So just during her stream, I got everything glued down. And then the other one that I did is another one that I had images in here forever, and I hadn't done the page yet until the other day. If I can find it, this one here. So this one was a whole lot of fun, but it's just adding images on top of the pages. So Dee Dee Willingham does it a lot. She calls it reverse collage. So basically you're using the image that you have here and you're building on top of it. And this is how I like to do it. There's lots of different ways, but this is just a really fun book that I've been working in. It's a Nomad book, weighs a ton. It's got 1 million pages in it. Super heavy, but the images inside are beautiful. So I'll share a link to some of the pages that I did in mine. And then the other thing that I worked on a little bit today with Lisa was this book, which I had also talked about a little bit in another video. And I had put in, I had done the front page. So today I sat and just added some images in here. This one I added in, and this one. So basically I'm just going through and covering up the text. So I eventually am going to probably do found word type journaling in it, like here, or I might try actually writing in it a little bit, because I don't forever write in my journals, but I'd like to. I added this one. So I'm just putting images in here that I like, but I know won't really work in any of my other journals. So that was another thing that I worked on today. So that's why my desk is a little messy. I have a pile of stuff that I just kind of started adhering into that. But this one has been sitting here waiting for me for days, and I'm gonna finally get it finished. So that is cut off a little bit, but I don't think that it's gonna matter because, you know what, let me zoom you in a little bit. There you go. It's going to be close to the edge of the page, so I'm doing it backwards like this because the way that this is bowed out so much, it's just easier for me to stick these on here exactly where I want them to be than to try to figure it out with the way that my book is curving around so much. You know, I think I'm going to cut this again. Let's cut that stem out so it looks like it's supposed to stop there. There. I just want one little bit of green down here at the bottom. Okay. The other thing that I just did was found some words to put on this tag because I'm going to use the tag on here. I'm going to decorate the tag. I had originally, found one that I was going to use, and it said, if only for a moment. It was in my little container that I have of already clipped out book text. You know, I'm just going to leave this on here. I'm not even going to bother taking off the backing because I don't need to. So, but then I was picking up little bits and pieces of paper off my floor because my floor is trashed, needless to say, since I've been doing so much work in here and moving so many things around and cleaning so many things off. And I picked up off the floor this one here that says, "It's time for me too." So I think I'm going to use that one because I liked how I just kind of found it on the floor. And I'm just going to go with that. That's going to have to be bent, so I'm not going to mess with gluing a lot of that down, I don't think. Maybe a little bit. I don't know if I want to put anything on this last page or not. I might just maybe try to fill out some of the words here. All right, so I'm going to, here we go. I'm going to cut this off. Trying to hurry a little bit. I actually have to be at work here soon, so I'm trying to keep an eye on time. I have to be at work at 5. Let's put that. All right, so now I've got this cheesecloth. I could have put it on here, but I forgot that I was sitting over here to the side. So I think I might just put some of it on just the tag. I think I thought about maybe putting some behind her first, but I forgot. So it is what it is. But I think, because I want to cover up words here. Okay, I want to cover up the words here. And I've got this butterfly here that I'm going to put on one side, and then I think I'm going to put some text over on the other. It's got a dirty spot from some ink. Cut that out. I just kind of want the word to be where it's not so obvious. I don't mind that the blue can show through it all. I'm more concerned about the letters. So where's my butterfly? You know, since this is not going to be adhered all the way down, since it's a little bit bigger than the tag, I think I'm going to put a couple of these adhesive dots on here. I'm going to leave the backing on that one too, and that will also just help protect it since it's going to be hanging off the tag a little bit. But these guys are really strong, and they will hold it on there well. Let's put a couple on there. And make sure that I have it not upside down since I've got my stuff turned to the side. All right, so then I also cut out, this says, so go ahead, put it to the test. So I'm just going to use the first part where it says, so just go ahead, since the first part says on the page, it says it's time for me. The rest of it, well, and then I've got get started. I've got become, that's too big, so let's use get started. I wonder, I was thinking about maybe putting a leaf behind that. Let's see. I don't know if I've got one in here. I feel like I've got like a fabric-y type one floating around somewhere. Okay, the only other thing I can think of would be to maybe cut part of a flower, part of a leaf off of one of these and use it. Let's see what we got in here. Some butterflies in there. I think I've taken this bag with me before when I've gone to my art group get-togethers. All right, I'm going to use, I don't know if this is going to work, but let's try it and see what happens. Try to cut this so it looks intentional. This one, I think I will take this off. And I'm going to put some craft glue on it because I don't want this to come off. Just spear it around with my fingers. I'm not picking oops, okay, good. I hadn't looked. I was afraid that maybe I'd put it on the wrong direction. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I got glue on top, but that's okay because I think that'll actually help that stay on there. Kind of encase it in some glue. Because it's glossy paper, and with being on top of the sticker, I don't want it to eventually peel off. Okay. Well, I think after all this time, I got this one done. Get things turned around here. All right, there we go. Oops, sorry. Here's the tag. Yep. All right. There she is. That's the last page in this journal. And I already pulled out one out of my stack. I closed my eyes and grabbed one, and this is the next one that I grabbed. So I don't know if these are dated or not. And I picked out some words that I might put in the front. This is June 2019. So it's time to use this guy. So that's what I'm going to do next. Here's this one. This is the last page. So I will do a flip of my journal here real soon and share it with you all. Thank you so much for being here. Forgive me for the huge pause in between videos. There's been a lot going on, and I just needed to kind of focus on a few other things before I could get finished on this. So I hope you are well. Hope you're staying warm. It's freezing here. So thank you again, everybody. Please like, subscribe. Be sure to push the little bell so you'll get notifications when I share new videos. And thank you so much. And I will see you again really soon. Bye-bye.